Now we will see the definition of a tree in graph theory. Tree is defined as a connected acyclic graph. A connected acyclic graph is called as a tree. So what is an acyclic graph? Which is a graph that does not contain cycle in it. So we know a graph is called a cyclic graph whenever it is going to be a closed walk, such that wherever we start the point, we are able to come back to the same point, and on our travel, we travel with all distinct points and edges. Such a graph is called as a cyclic graph. So to make it very much understandable, whenever we see a graph, the closed graph, such that if you are able to start from a point and come back to the same point, then that graph will be called as a cyclic graph. So opposite of cyclic is going to be acyclic. That means the graph which does not have a cycle in it, which means we will not be in a position wherever we start, we come back to the same. Whichever the vertex we start with, we may not be in a position to come back to the same point. That is going to be a acyclic graph. So this acyclic graph, which is going to be connected and acyclic, is called as a tree. So we can look at these two examples. In example G, we have the vertices U, V, W. We know if we start from U, we can be in a position to come back to the same point U, so that all our vertices are distinct in our travel, as well the edges are different. So such a kind of this closed graph, wherever we are going to start with, where the initial point is equal to the final point, then that graph is called as a cyclic graph. So this example graph G is a cyclic graph. Now let us look at the example G1. Say we have the vertices U, W, V. So example G1, can it be a cyclic graph? That means whether I start with U, I must be in a position to travel all the points, distinct points, coming back to U. Or if I start with V, traveling all the points, distinct points, coming back to V. Or if I start from W, traveling all the vertices, I must be in a position to come back to the same vertices. When that kind of travel exists, then it can be called as a cyclic graph. But here, this is not possible. See, U to W we go, W to V will go, but we cannot come back to U. From V, we cannot come back to U because there is no edge in it. So it does not contain a cycle. It is a connected graph. We see the graph is connected. We are able to travel, we are able to have a path from one vertex to another vertex. There exists a path in it, but it does not have a cycle. So such a graph, a connected graph, which does not contain a cycle, is called as a tree. A connected acyclic graph is called as a tree. So hereafter, the main character of a tree. If we see a tree, if the given graph is a tree, definitely it is a connected graph, it is an acyclic graph, and such a graph, being a tree containing P number of points and Q number of lines, will definitely satisfy the expression P is equal to Q plus 1. P is equal to Q plus 1 is always true when a graph is going to be a tree. So this example also we can just quickly have a look. How many number of points we have? We have P is equal to 3. How many number of edges we have in this example? Q is equal to 2. So we see this equation is satisfied. Q plus 1, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. That is the total number of points. So whenever it is a tree, it will be always a connected graph, it will be always an acyclic graph, and this equation P is equal to Q plus 1 will be always true. This is an important character of a tree. So having knowing the definition of a tree, let us go for the next definition, spanning tree. So to know about a spanning tree, let us recall what is a spanning subgraph. This spanning tree is something relevant to the definition of spanning subgraph. So we know from a graph G, a subgraph is called as a spanning subgraph, where the number of vertices in this subgraph and the main graph are same. Then such a graph will be called as spanning subgraph. To recall ourselves the definition of a spanning subgraph, for a graph G, the derived subgraph is called as a spanning subgraph, where the number of vertices in this subgraph and the number of vertices in the main graph are going to be the same. That means in the deriving subgraph, the edges may be present or not present with respect to a main graph G, but the total number of vertices which are present in the main graph must be there in the subgraph also. Only then such a graph will be called as a spanning subgraph. So in short, spanning subgraph, when the moment we see the word spanning, it means the number of vertices in the main graph and the deriving subgraph will remain the same. That is why we say V of G is equal to V of H. Now we'll see the definition of a spanning tree. Now spanning, from the word itself we can say something called spanning. Spanning means we are going to think about a subgraph, where the number of vertices in this subgraph will be equal to the vertices in the main graph. And such a subgraph is happened to be a tree. That means it should not contain any cycle in it. That spanning subgraph should not contain any cycle in it. Okay. So I can say, if this is going to be a graph G, from this graph we can have a subgraph, say H. But can I call this H to be a tree? No. Tree means it should not contain any cycle in it. I must not see any closeness in my graph. Wherever I start, if I am able to come back to the same point, if that possibility happens, it is called as a cycle. So if I have to define a tree, it should not contain a cycle. So this H cannot be a cycle. But let me have one more figure from the same. If I am going to draw like this, let me call this graph to be T. What is our observation? This graph T is also a subgraph of a main graph G. Maybe few of the edges are not present, but with respect to vertices, whatever the vertices are present in the main graph, it is present in the subgraph also. So main graph also I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 points. Subgraph also I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 points. So what happens? The number of vertices in my subgraph T is equal to the number of vertices in the main graph T. So this subgraph, now I can call it as a spanning subgraph. Addition to it, the another character over here is this subgraph, of course it is a connected graph and also does not contain a cycle in it. There is no possibility that wherever I start, the initial point I cannot come back to the same point where my initial is not equal to the final. That means